What's up, besties? Welcome into Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia, and I just want to wish everyone who's tuning in out there today a happy Mother's Day. This will be a Mother's Day special where we go ahead and tap into messages surrounding the Divine Mother, the Mother archetype. Whether you're celebrating today, grieving or healing, or even like redefining motherhood, this reading will be for you because I'm going to be looking into general messages, okay? We're going to look into messages for those who have lost their mother, for those without children by choice or circumstance, for those with a strained or complex relationship with their mother. So I will offer timestamps if you want to skip around, but you are more than welcome to tune into all of the messages, okay? Let's begin, friends. I'm going to start with some general messages here, okay? So what wisdom from my mother or maternal figure is guiding me now? That's what we want to know. What wisdom from our mother is guiding us at this current moment? Eight of Pentacles. You know what? Stay in your own lane, sister. Stay in your own lane. Okay, so that's very interesting. I love this energy as a message from the mother. This is like work hard, stay focused, don't give up on your goals, your dreams. You have what it takes. Keep practicing. It's that kind of don't give up messaging coming through right now. And that's some wisdom that is currently guiding you. So, keep your head down, work on the self, like always, always, always focus on what it is that you are trying to create and self-mastery here. All right. So how can we honor the nurturing energy within ourselves today? This nurturing energy, okay? Nurturing our dreams, nurturing our goals, nurturing our bodies, our health, our wealth, our mindsets. Very interesting. How can you nurture the energy with this nurture? Okay. How can we nurture this? Listen. This is an interesting insight here with the Eight of Cups. It's an 8-8, so it's kind of cool that we've got two eights out. Eights, numerologically speaking, do tend to talk to spiritual abundance and success over spiritual challenges, okay? So we're going to nurture the Eight of Cups energy within us, especially as we are focusing on, perfecting our craft, so to say. The Eight of Cups is really about learning when to walk away. And I just heard, so some of you may have had moms who were like really into Kenny Rogers or just really love that song, Know When to Hold Them, Know When to Fold Them. Okay, because this is what it is. You got to know when to hold them, right? And work on it, and then know when to fold them. Walk away from things that you have perhaps poured a lot of time, energy, emotional investment into. This is a radical act of self-love, is knowing when to pull out, knowing when to fold them. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you had a mom or have a mom, or you yourself really enjoy that song or resonate with that song. Okay, it is a classic, right? Regardless of what kind of music you listen to, it's a solid message. All right, so that's how you can honor this nurturing energy within you. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run, right? Count your blessings. I mean, it's such a good song. If I can remember, I'll post it at the bottom in the comments. So what does my inner child need from me on this Mother's Day? What is my inner child? That's a question we're asking ourselves. What is our inner child? There's the Nine of Pentacles. What a beautiful message. Your inner child wants you to feel like you have it all, wants you to count your blessings. This is so funny. I am getting like 100% this song is literally the reading so far. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. Okay, you got to count your blessings, or you never count your whatever the lyrics are. Anyways, the Nine of Pentacles is feeling really good about yourself, knowing that you've done your best, knowing that you've worked hard. You deserve the most. You deserve to have stability and peace and happiness in your world, and that you have everything it takes. You can do this on your own, okay? It's a very powerful energy, the Nine of Pentacles. It says that, um, not only do you have what it takes, but you are more than capable to accomplish anything, accomplish your dream, accomplish whatever it is that you have set out to work on, okay, within the self. So your inner child needs that confidence and that boost and that sense of encouragement from you today. All right. So, how does the mother archetype, how is it showing up in our lives right now? How is the mother archetype showing up in our lives right now? Just in general. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, this is very interesting. Um, the Four of Pentacles is also talking about know when to hold them. Okay, no, it is kind of. I mean, we always see someone hanging on very tightly, but um, maybe we are hanging on to something a little bit too tightly. Maybe we're being asked to loosen our grip on something, maybe let something go here. The Four of Pentacles speaks to, also can be kind of like hoarding and saving your money or keeping things to yourself, being quiet about what it is that you have. All right. So it really depends on, how this is showing up for you in your life. Are you being guided to keep quiet? Are you being guided to squirrel away and save and pinch every penny right now? Are you being guided to loosen up? So that message is going to resonate a little bit differently with this energy, how the mother archetype is showing up in your life right now. What is it asking you to do? Okay, so that's going to be personal. You can let me know in the comments if you feel like it, which camp we are in as a collective. Are we being guided to hold on tightly and save and pinch and scrounge, or and keep quiet about things, and keep things to ourselves, right? Or are we being guided to open up, let loose, not hang on so tightly, or let something go? Okay. So you tell me, right? You tell me and participate in this reading with me, friends, please. Okay, so in what ways are we being called to care for or nourish others at the moment? In what way are we being called to care for or nourish others at the moment? Okay, Two of Cups. Oh, that's so beautiful, honestly. Okay, I love this energy, the Two of Cups, because listen, we are all one big freaking human family, right? We're all one big spiritual family. We are all connected. So this is really giving, like, treating others as you would like to be treated. Okay, it's seeing yourself in others and putting yourself in their shoes. I mean, not to your own detriment. Of course, we still have boundaries, and we're not going to overgive and stuff like that. But really matching people where they are. Okay, and I just heard we listen and we don't judge. Okay, so that kind of very peaceful, loving kind of acceptance, that a mother would give, right? So that unconditional type of love energy. All right, so regardless, at the end of the day, we're all a family, we're all human, we're all one. That kind of beautiful thing that we love to tap into, but we are. And that's what we're being called to. That's how we're being called to care and nourish others, is to really just, have compassion, understanding, and reciprocate the love that we have for ourselves, and share that with the world with positive, peaceful, positive communication. And so that's really quite lovely. Actually, that was really quite a lovely message. Now I am going to move on. Okay, I'm going to move on, and I'm going to ask a couple questions for those who have lost their mother. Okay, so if this doesn't pertain to you, you can either stay tuned or you can skip ahead. That's up to you. Okay. All right. So for those who have lost their mother, what message may your mother or maternal ancestor, want to share with you today? What would your mother want to share with you today? We have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Three of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Your mother was definitely someone who was very fair, very honest. Um, very fair and very honest. Okay, for the ones I'm picking up on right now, we have the sun. The message coming through from your mother, okay, your mother would be, okay, celebrate the little things, the small things. Pay attention to, the little joys in life, all right? With the sun here, this is like, there's always a child. We'll always see a child on the sun card for the most part. I'd say 99% of the time. And that is because the way children see the world with such pure love and joy and hope and optimism, and it's just such a beautiful lens in which they see the world. So they could see a little tiny bug and be completely amazed by it. Okay, so this is kind of what the energy is giving here. It's like, take joy and celebrate, take time, take joy, take moments to celebrate the little things, the little successes. Spend more time with your family and friends, or spend more time, less time working, less time worrying about money. I know that's like, but this is coming through the spirit world, right? And like, spend more time on your joy. And I feel like if you were wondering whether or not you were going to be successful in something, like if you've started a new project or a new goal, you're getting encouragement from the other side. Okay, you are getting encouragement. You're saying, they're saying to you that you will absolutely be successful. You should continue on the path that you're on. You will have many successes ahead and much to celebrate. The situation is going to pan out very fair. So keep your head up, keep your chin up, and keep going. Okay, so that's a very beautiful message. Okay, there's a lot of warmth in this energy that's coming through here. So you are being encouraged, maybe even being helped, okay, from the other side, whatever it is that you believe in, for those of you who have lost your mom. Okay, so how can, for those of you who've lost your mother, how can you feel more connected to the spirit of your mom or your lineage? Okay, this could be ancestral for you. How can you feel more connected to the spirit of your mom? Is there anything you can do, or what should you focus on? Whatever is going to come up here. Four of Wands. Look at that. Again, with the celebrate the little things. Celebrate the little moments, okay? There's something about your home here that's coming through. So how can you feel more connected to the spirit of your mother or your lineage? Maybe there's some kind of decoration or something that you could put up in your home that reminds you of her. Or there's something about the house, the way it's the foundation. It's the foundation here. There's something with the foundation. How can you feel more connected to the spirit of your mom with the Four of Wands? It's like foundation, getting back to your roots is what I'm really getting here. Getting back to your roots, focusing on your own foundation, your own family, your own home, your own joy at home, bringing more joy. But in the mundane, it's more like, put more stuff. It's like, put a picture of me on your wall. Like, I don't know, like, it's an interesting message. My mom is still on the earthly plane here. So for those of you, have lost, my condolences go out to you. But it sounds like your mom wants more to do with your home. Like, put up that picture, or put up that, painting, or get that thing out of the box that, would remind you of your mom. Okay, I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. How can you feel more connected? Well, put more of my stuff up, or something like that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that tracks for you. Maybe I don't know if you live in the same home, or there is a home involved here. That could be like, move into my home, or something like that. Okay, I mean, it's going to be different for everyone. So what healing wants to come through grief today? What healing wants to come through grief today? Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. So I feel like this is more embodying some characteristics of your mother, perhaps. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's very passionate, very outgoing, very sociable, very funny, very attractive, very magnetic. This is someone who, this is in the high vibration, okay? This is in the high vibration. Um, they're very magical people, okay? In the lower vibration, the Queen of Wands, like, because we don't know what's coming through in your grief, and it's not all rainbows, kittens, and sunshines when this happens. And our parents, our mothers are human too, so it's not all, again, super positive love and light. The Queen of Wands can be quite explosive as a character, okay? As an archetype, I mean to say. So the Queen of Wands can have explosive anger, can say things that they don't mean, you know, and that could be some of the stuff that wants to come through in grief today to be healed. Okay, some understanding and knowing that, you know, the Queen of Wands is an energy that burns very brightly and sometimes can fizzle out very just as quickly. Okay, when it comes to temper, and even rage, okay? Like, you know, now, I mean, some of that might come through in your grief, and some of that might be some of the healing, okay? So I'm going to leave that again up to you to decide what that is that needs your attention, what's coming through grief today, okay? So in what ways is your mother's love still showing up in your life? In what ways is your mother's love still showing up in your life? The star, you are guided by your mother, is on your spirit team here. You are guided. Your mother energy is here to promote and help your healing. Okay. And also getting some kind of wish come true. Again, a lot of support here from the spirit realm, from your mother, encouraging you, maybe even sprinkling on a little bit of, you know, spiritual magic, you know, again, really on your side, on your spirit team when it comes to encouraging you to go after this wish, this dream of your heart, this dream of the soul, with the star energy saying you are going to make it. It is going to be okay. And you do have support of your spirit team, and that includes your mom. Okay, so this healing energy is washing over you today, and you know, allow yourself to welcome it in if you feel called to do so. Okay, so how can you keep her memory alive in a way that feels very sacred for you? How can you keep her memory alive in a way that feels very sacred for you? This is interesting. The Emperor. Okay, the Emperor. Now, so this is the father archetype, so I'm going to put that out there. It could be connecting or reconnecting with your father, or spending more time with your father. Okay, it could be that in a nutshell, right? That could be the answer. So in a way that feels sacred, okay, or you can become the boss, okay. It does seem like your mother is very much here encouraging you to level up, or you know, take control of your life, or be your own boss, or you know, go through some kind of strategy and lay down some kind of law within your life, you know, really getting all your ducks in a row kind of energy, and taking control and power back in your world. And it just feels like the message from the mother from the other side today is encouraging you to really go for something and take control and become your own boss, or become, you know, put yourself in charge. This is your life, you know, you have the ability to live it in the way that you want to live it. Okay, so there's a lot of encouragement like that coming through from the other side. All right. Okay, so I am just going to pause for a moment, and then we'll move on to messages for those of you without children, by choice or circumstances, and see what wants to come through for you. Okay, I just had to make some more room because I've got lots of questions left and not so much space. Okay, for those of you without children, by choice or circumstances, how can you nurture your own path of creation and legacy? How can you nurture your own path of creation and legacy? Oh, Four of Swords. Look, take some more time out. Take some more naps. It's so interesting with the Four of Swords. I love this one because, it's someone that's just kind of like lounging, resting, healing, taking that time and space to rest the mind, rest the body, rest your soul in those spaces. And, I said rest the mind, but sometimes in those spaces, it can be quite meditative. We can get lost in our dreams and our fantasies, and we can really do some very important discovery work while we're in these spaces. So, nurturing your own path of creation and legacy, allow yourself those moments to rest. Okay? Allow yourself those moments to breathe, to meditate, to just recharge your energy. It doesn't always have to be go, 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 go all the time. All right. So that's a message coming through from Spirit for you on how you can nurture your own path. Make sure you take good care of yourself, get some good sleep, as well. Okay. Now, that's just general great advice, but we live in this culture, in this society of, 24/7 availability, constantly being connected, constantly being even online, take some time out, maybe read a book or just like nothing, that's the energy that's coming through, truly to get some rest. Okay. So, what parts of yourself deserve more tenderness right now? What parts of yourself deserve more tenderness right now? The King of Pentacles, and this tracks, okay? A lot of you could be focused on your legacy, your career, your making your dreams come true, and this can resonate for everyone, with or without children. But it's like some of you may be in a position of authority, okay? And some of you may be distracting yourself from, a loss of some kind, or maybe feeling a certain type of way about your decisions. Or like I said, because this is a reading for those who are without children by choice or circumstance. And for those of you who are, it's not by choice. There would be grief involved if this was something, if motherhood was a path that you wanted to take. Okay, it's okay to do that. It's okay to take that time out and grieve if you feel that you need to, right? Do not try to push this down by distracting yourself with work and accomplishments and your legacy. All right, do not ignore the grief, because it gets stored in your body and it never goes away. Okay, it creates a lot of stress in the body. Every tear that you do not shed gets stored in, and it has to come out at some point. Okay, so allow yourself time and space to process your emotions if that's something that resonates for you. Okay, now with the King of Pentacles, what parts of yourself deserve more tenderness right now? Well, I feel like you have always been a very loyal, committed person, a very serious person. And this could be like a message that comes through. It's like, allow yourself that time to relax. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so strict on yourself, that kind of an energy. So that part of you that just wants to go, 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 and be the best and do the best and have the most, allow yourself. This is giving so much, like, just take a break energy coming through. Okay. All right. So how can you embrace the role of a spiritual or emotional nurturer on your own terms? Okay. How can you embrace that role? Perhaps you have remained very serious, very detached, very, by the book, and, not so nurturing. The King of Pentacles has a nurturing side, but it's more like it comes out in the way of, I want to provide for or take care of others more in a material sense than an emotional one. So let's see about, what you can embrace, how you can embrace a role of a spiritual or emotional nurturer on your own terms here. Okay. Seven of Cups. Well, there's a lot of choices with the Seven of Cups. That's an interesting message coming through, because obviously this is going to be a personal choice, and it's showing up as a little bit of a challenge. Sevens are spiritual challenges, okay? Making a choice on what to focus on. You have a lot of options in front of you right now, and at the end of the day, you always have to make a choice. So there's this knowing. There's a message attached to the Seven of Cups that I always have to say, because at the end of the day, we have to make a decision that's best for us. But sometimes the confusion can set in because we're not sure if we're making the right choice, or we don't want to miss out on something, or was this the right choice? There'd be questions around that. And something that is meant for you is always going to come. And that's what I have to say to everyone when this energy comes through is, we can't miss something that's meant for us. So go ahead and make decisions based on where you are guided in the moment, based on your own intuition, and know that you aren't going to miss any opportunity that isn't meant for you. Okay, so there's that. But this was about emotional, like nurturing yourself emotionally or nurturing others emotionally on your own terms. So I'm not quite sure how that fits, but maybe okay, maybe you know how that fits for you. Let me see if there's another one here. Knight of Wands. And this is just giving me a message. Okay, so if this is your part of the reading here, I'm just going to deliver the message, and even if I don't feel connected to it, it is what it is. This is, go ahead, make a decision and do it quick. Okay, make a decision. Like, it feels like whatever you are most passionate about, you should follow that. All right, with the Knight of Wands coming up as a clarifying energy for that Seven of Cups. It doesn't really give me the details I thought it was going to, but I'm going to continue to press forward in the reading. Where are you being called to mother yourself or others in a different way? Where are you being called to mother yourself or others in a different way? The Tower. That's interesting. I feel like you're really good. Like, okay, so what the energy that this is giving me that is coming through is that you are really good in times of crisis. You are excellent. You are an excellent, stable individual. Like, you keep calm, you don't lose your cool, you have great advice, especially showing up as the King of Pentacles here. You have no problem finding solutions. Like, you really are excellent. You're an excellent problem solver, and you would be a great team leader or crisis intervention type of person to come through, and that could be a specialty for you to maybe explore, or maybe that's something that you already do, or maybe that's something you already know you are really, really great at. So this is how you can step into that mothering role for yourself and others, is to help manage and mitigate and problem solve for folks who are currently in crisis. Okay, now that can be I know it's a very broad statement, but it can be literally in any way. Okay, I'm going to leave it open for you to connect to that, what feels right for you. Okay, especially with a little bit of the confusion. So it's almost like, this would give like somebody who would be an excellent like first responder or counselor, or even like maybe in the corporate world, or in politics or government, or management, like, where you would be someone who can keep a team together, or keep a family together, or keep people together, keep people from crashing out. Like, you're really good stepping in a crisis. Maybe you work with a charity, or it could be with like what is that, like FEMA or something, you know what I mean, like crisis management. Okay, so I don't know why it's going that way, but that's a way that you are being called to mother others. But maybe within the self is that you are uh really good at even handling your own crises. Okay, but yeah, and this is in a different way. Okay, so you show up and you are like the one that fixes everything. Just like, I mean, that is totally a mom thing, right? It's totally a mom thing. Moms come, when someone has an issue, it's always straight to mom, to fix it. So this totally tracks. Okay, this totally tracks with the energy, okay, of the mother archetype. So what gifts do you offer that don't depend on traditional motherhood? And I feel like this is kind of it, but let's see if there's more. Like, that message kind of already came through. Like, you're really excellent in taking care of others and solving problems, okay, major ones, finding solutions. Okay, so what other gifts do you offer that don't depend on traditional motherhood? 10 of Cups. You bring, see, like, you bring a lot of joy. Okay, you bring a lot of joy, you bring a lot of happiness, you bring a lot of stability into others and into yourself, like, and especially in a time of crisis. Okay, especially in times of crisis, you are the glue that holds everything together. Okay, and you have hope and optimism and faith and all of these qualities here that really help people see maybe the glass half full, or see how they can get out of a sticky situation or something like that. Like, that's what it feels like, and that doesn't depend on the traditional role of motherhood. It just is part of your personality and what you're really great at doing. So you can step into that role if you feel called to do so. Now, I am going to move on next to focus on those who have a strained or complex relationship with their mother. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, what boundaries or healing steps serve your highest good today? What boundaries or healing steps will serve your highest good today? What do we have? The Magician. Listen, the Magician definitely takes control and uses their own free will. They are very good at protecting themselves, but also aligning with what it is that feels right for them. So they are master manifestors as well. So you have the ability, and just remember and know this is for your highest good. This serves your highest good today, is to step into your Magician energy, where your strength of will is very strong, where you need to draw lines in the sand, you continue to maintain those boundaries, and the healing steps is like, believe in yourself, become the person that is going to advocate for yourself. But also, it's like, that you have the capability to make anything happen, regardless of what anyone has to say or what anyone has to, whatever anyone else's opinion it has been placed on you in the past, especially an opinion of a maybe a toxic or parenting, mothering, whatever. You can do it. You absolutely have everything it takes. You are intelligent, you're passionate, you are emotionally mature. Okay, you have your own resources, and you are great on your own. Okay, so that is an energy to really tap into today. Okay, and what lesson are you learning through your relationship with your mother? Okay, like, what lesson are you learning through this relationship with your mother? I mean, I feel like that is part of it, the Magician, that you can do this, that you are the one who dictates what's going to happen in your life, So what other lesson? Is there another lesson you're learning through your relationship with your mother? The Devil. Again, I felt we were picking up on some toxicity or some patterns, some ways of thinking, codependency, even with your mother. You are learning how to release yourself from that, and it does take the strength of will, and you are taking control and power back in your own life. And this relationship has taught you what's good for you, what isn't good for you, and that you cannot keep doing the same things or having the same arguments, or indulging in the relationship. It feels very, It feels very strained, of course. I mean, that's what we're reading on. But it feels like no matter what you do or what you try, it's never going to be good enough. That's what it really gives the energy here. So, you have the ability, you don't need this energy in your life, and you do have the ability to, you know, go forth and make your dreams come true like on your own. You don't, yeah, it's really hard walking away from this, especially when it is a maternal relationship, right? Like, um, it's a difficult thing. So, with the devil, it's not good for you, and this is your lesson. Is even still from the general Mother's Day message: no one to hold them, no one to fold them, right? No one to walk away, no one to run. Like, and unfortunately, this is what you're learning through this relationship. Okay, so how can you hold space for both pain and compassion in this connection? Because there is both. It's your mom. There's both. How can you not still have? You do. You have. There's pain. There's compassion. Okay, so how can you hold space for that on a day like today? Nine of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is, here's the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay. And the Nine of Wands. And of course, the Empress. Okay. So listen, there has been, see, this is hard because, there's been a lot of pain in the past. Okay. And I feel like there's been a lot of battles. There's been a lot of hurt feelings here. And, it's, you still want to see and hope for the best and for healing within this relationship. That is, if there is an indicator here that it could, but it really depends. You aren't in control of someone else's free will. So it really does depend on your mother as well, whether or not she decides to or looks at the self and, gets out of of the toxic ways of thinking, behaving, relating, or, that's some healing. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Whether or not your mom works on her own issues. With the Knight of Pentacles, it could happen very slowly over a time. I do feel like, I'm not here trying to give anyone a false sense of hope, especially if you are in a camp where there is absolutely none for you. You don't have it right now. You will slowly either your mother is slowly going to heal and you will be very happy about that, or you will slowly move past the pain. Okay. And, just know that things will move. This will shift. Things will move in this relationship. Eventually, you will feel like you have overcome with the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is related to, your emotional, like your happiness, right? Your own abundance. It feels like getting a wish come true. Okay, but it's going to take a significant amount of time here with the Knight of Pentacles. But by the time it happens, it'll feel like it's all worth it. So whether that's the amount of time it takes you to get past the pain and step into more of a compassionate type of energy towards your mom, or if that is your mom taking a long time to actually look at and heal some of their issues. Okay. That causes strain within this relationship. So I'm going to leave that there, but there is movement. Eventually there will be, okay, and in either direction. So what generational cycles, okay, that came up, that are you being called to break, and how can you do it gently? The World, well, that speaks to cycles in general. This story, you are doing things very differently here. You're stepping out. You are putting in some solid plans for your own future here. The Two of Swords, being willing to look at, okay, the Two of Swords is somebody who isn't willing to move, isn't willing to do things differently, isn't willing to put in a plan, isn't willing to make a decision, It's quite interesting here. Isn't willing to face conflict, isn't willing to um, speak their truth, even though it's not going to be well liked. I feel like even just by standing up for yourself, advocating for yourself, and walking away if need be, even if it is for now until things change. But with the world, this is like, I'm ending this story. I'm breaking this curse. It's not going to repeat. So even if you have this strained relationship with your mom, and let's say you have your own children, or you are mothering someone in another way, or you are stepping into that archetype, however you are doing it, you're planning, okay, this is what I'm going to do if this happens. This is how I'm going to tackle conflict. This is how I'm going to resolve problems. This is how I'm going to show up. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to face the hard stuff. I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like, you're putting in a plan on how you will do things differently. Okay. So being very open and willing to navigate motherhood in a different way, okay, for yourself and maybe your own family as well. And even just by you standing up, standing up to your own mother in a sense, that is breaking a generational cycle for you, okay, and your family. So, what does your heart need to hear right now around the mother wound? What does your heart need to hear right now around the mother wound? Okay, the Fool. Oh, beautiful. You know why I feel like this is so beautiful? Because with the world, you're wrapping something up, right? It's a whole story, not just a chapter. You're breaking a cycle. And with the Fool, you are starting fresh. You are starting over. You are doing things differently. You are taking risks. You are being daring. You are hopeful. You are optimistic. You've got new beginnings all around you. So you can do things differently. I just want you to know that. And, go ahead, take the new beginning, take the leap, be daring. And, I'm just setting my heart to you. There's a beautiful new beginning around the corner. Okay. And that's what your heart needs to hear right now. Okay. All right. It's almost like there will be reset. This is the reset energy with the Fool. Okay. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. I have a couple of oracle messages, so stay tuned. I know this one's a little bit longer than usual. Let me just tune into an oracle deck, and I've got a couple more questions. Okay, so this one's for everyone. Oh, okay. You're gonna laugh when I tell you the question I have before. Okay. What divine feminine energy is supporting you right now? And this is, these are questions I have that can help us connect to the divine mother archetype, and look at what showed up. The divine mother. It literally says that right here. Okay. Okay. Sarada Devi. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. Okay. So, we listen and we don't judge. That kind of a thing. That kind of feminine energy, divine feminine energy is supporting us right now. Is unconditional love from the divine mother. Okay. So how can we call in more softness, compassion, or even protection? What goddess is here to support that? We have Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. That's so funny. That's literally the question. How can we call in more compassion? I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. So being curious, about another person's experience. All right. The goddess of compassion. Nice. What role does the mother archetype play on our spiritual path? Oops, here we go. Okay, Sarah Lakali, the queen of the outsiders. All right, it says, I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. Okay. So, love, right? That makes sense. I am where I always be, in love. All right. And how can we reclaim nurturing energy in a way that feels very empowering? All right. One more. Okay. We have Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. All right. So it's just being very supportive of yourself and other women in your life, loving yourselves. We listen, we don't judge. We are here for ourselves and each other. It's really quite beautiful, right? It's really quite beautiful energy. So if you're feeling this reading and you're ready to go a little deeper, right? Because I've got something lined up. And this one's a little spicier, I gotta be honest with you. If you want to reclaim that main character energy, or if if you're a hot single mama out there, join me for the extended. We're gonna dive into the juicy stuff. So these are for the hot mamas, okay? This is messages for the hot mamas out there. Who's watching you? What's turning people on? What's turning people on about your hot mama vibe? And how you can call in the kind of connection that really matches your glow, okay? So whether you're looking for love or craving a little flirtation, or just want to reconnect with your sensual side, it's waiting for you in the extended, okay? So the link is below and I'll meet you there. That's for the hot mamas, okay? The hot mamas, the hot single mamas, what's coming next, okay? Let's see what is so radiant about you and your vibe. All right, I'll meet you there, but if not, I will see you in the next reading. I'm sending you so much love and I'm wishing you all a Mother's Day. I'm wishing you all a Mother's Day. Have the one that, is meant for you, regardless of how you feel today, okay? And I hope this reading helped. I'm sending lots of love. See you in the extended or next reading. Take care.